On this episode of Classic 42, I'm going to be talking about the 1976 sports comedy, The Bad News Bears. This movie was, of course, released 42 years ago on April 7th, 1976. And going forward, I think I'm going to try and make these videos a little shorter, because I'm finding that I don't have a lot to say about these videos. About these movies. So the videos themselves are going to be shorter and more streamlined until I do come across a movie that I wanna talk about more in depth, because I don't really have much to say about this movie. Overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. It had its funny moments. I think some of the humor might have been lost in the 42 years that it's aged, because we all know that comedy is very subjective. And there were a couple things in this movie that kind of caught me off guard. The first one being some of the racial slurs that were used by the one kid in particular. Was not expecting that at all. I'm thinking it's probably something that I'm going to have to expect going forward in some of these older movies and from the 70s. And another thing that caught me off guard is a very young Jackie Earle Haley in this. I did not see that coming. I barely recognized him. I thought the kid might have been somebody, and I was right. I looked it up about halfway through to see who it was. And he's good in this. He's always good in everything that I've seen from him. Obviously most famous for Watchmen, but I've seen him in some other stuff too, and he's good in those stuff too. Now, I haven't seen a lot of sports movies. I've only seen like 5 sports movies that I can think of off the top of my head. This being one of them, and then Mighty Ducks, Field of Dreams, Warrior. I don't know if Karate Kid really counts as a sports movie. I don't know. I think sports movies can be like a broad category, but I haven't seen a lot of sports movies, and I noticed parallels between this movie and the Mighty Ducks. Just the whole premise, the guy, he used to play the sport, now he doesn't play the sport anymore, and he doesn't really want to be coaching these kids because he doesn't care about kids, and the kids themselves, they're like a ragtag group of misfits, and they suck at the game completely, and now the coach is slowly making them better at the game. It's very similar to Mighty Ducks, and I wonder if that's just because it's a commonly used storyline for sports movies, or Mighty Ducks was inspired by this a little bit. But I don't know, because I haven't seen a lot of sports movies. Like I said, overall, I enjoyed the movie. I had a good time watching it. I know they made a couple sequels that apparently aren't that good at all. So I don't know when those came out, but I'm probably not gonna watch them. I'm probably just gonna wait for whatever year they came out and do them on that season or whatever of Classic 42. Yeah, I had a good message, I suppose, towards the end there. They started getting into the theme of sportsmanship, and which is, I'm sure, something that's common amongst sports movies involved with younger kids. All these kids starting to realize that winning really isn't everything, even once they've started to win more and get better at this. And then the rival team, towards the end there, the rival team kind of goes along with it too a little bit. Maybe helps them along to make the game a little bit more competitive a little bit. And the coach, obviously, he lets some of the kids who don't play as much, he lets them play towards the end there, so everybody gets their chance to play, which I think is how it works nowadays with sports teams anyway. But I really liked a moment I liked the moment where the kid from the rival team is like he's upset at his dad, the coach, and so he's refusing to throw the ball, and he's just holding it and letting the player run around the bases and score. I enjoyed that moment. I thought it was a good moment. But yeah, I think that's going to be about all I have to say about Bad News Bears. I enjoyed the movie. I'm glad I watched it, and I think that's going to be it.